Hello everyone, today we're going to be going over the HTTP node. How, why, and when would you use this? Well, first of all, let's start with the when. The HTTP node is particularly powerful if Triggerfy doesn't have a native integration with that particular provider that you're wanting to connect inside of this workflow. For example, if we didn't have a connection with XYZ tool, this is where you could use the HTTP node to query that tool's API to build a richer and more comprehensive set of data within your automation. Or maybe you want to connect Triggerfy to a certain tool and send that information through to them. Maybe it's a CRM, or maybe it's a outbound tool, or whatever it is that perhaps we haven't got around to building that native integration with. This would allow you to do that. And best of yet, this costs no credit to use whatsoever. So if you want to use your own data provider for enrichment, you obviously can come and use this at no cost, aside from the cost, obviously, that database provider would be charging you. So how to use it? Simply go to the actions and search for HTTP. Now, the HTTP allows you to do different things: get, post, put, delete, patch, head, and so on. Typically, most HTTP requests are post requests, which basically means it's going to send information and it might get some information back, or it's just sending it typically. But you need to read the API documents from the provider that you're working with, or better yet, we're in a day and age where AI is so good that just copy and paste that API doc into Claude or ChatGPT and say, hey, can you come up with the curl that I need to do XYZ, whatever it is that you're looking to do. The curl effectively is a little snippet of code, which basically just tells the HTTP what it's going to do. And here's a top trick with Triggerfy. If you have the curl, you can just copy and paste it into this request URL here. So here I am just copying and pasting an example from Clay, the Clay table, if you wanted to send something there. And you can see now that it's already mapped out the headers, that I need to say content type application JSON, and it knows that it needs to be a request body versus a query parameter. From there, I can click into this and I can go ahead and edit this and add more variables into the mix. I could also, for example, delete this, and I could hit this little plus button and insert any custom variable from the workflow, which obviously means you can send custom data to and from Triggerfy to whichever system that you're wanting to use. And that is the HTTP in a nutshell. Now, if there are errors, i.e. you haven't set it up correctly, all you need to do is go to the logs. And typically, if the API provider that you're working with provides good level of logs, it will bring back and it will give you the log error. My advice again in this day and age is take that log error and copy and paste that into Claude or ChatGPT and ask it what was wrong with the particular workflow. You could even take a screenshot of this and say, hey, this is how I've got it set up. Or better yet, simply use our AI function inside of Triggerfy, which will help set everything up. Just explain to it in clear detail what you're trying to do, maybe even link the help or the API docs from the tool that you're trying to connect with, and it can go ahead and set up pretty much anything that you're wanting to do. And this allows you to create custom integrations and custom data enrichments and effectively do whatever you would want to do off the back of social data.